So, dear students, once again I come to teach you the chemistry of class 9. So, we are discussing the properties of solid, liquid, and gases. Yesterday, we have discussed the properties of the solids. Now, I'll discuss the properties of liquids. So, very first property of the liquid, that liquid has a fixed volume but no fixed shape. It has fixed volume but no fixed shape. Now, why it has got fixed volume? Because in liquid, interparticle spaces are fixed. Interparticle spaces are fixed. That is why it has got the fixed volume. Like in solid, interparticle spaces are fixed. In the same way, these interparticle spaces are little bit more than the solid, but this interparticle spaces are fixed between the different particles, and that is why it occupies the same space. Wherever you keep, in whichever container you keep, it will occupy the same space. That's why liquid have fixed volume. Now, liquid does not have fixed shape. Liquid does not have fixed shape. To have a fixed shape, position of the particles should remain fixed. In case of liquid, position of the particles are not fixed. Position of the particles are not fixed. So that's why it can change its position. So once the particle can change their position, then shape will not be fixed. To have a fixed shape, position of the particles should remain fixed. So since the position of the particles are not fixed in the liquid, that is why it has no fixed shape. Fixed volume but no fixed shape. That means the forces of attraction what available in case of liquid, which is quite enough to bind the particle together. The forces of attraction between the liquid particles are quite enough to bind the particle together, but this forces is not that much capable to hold the particle at one place. So that is why particle can change their position, but this interparticle space is little bit weaker in comparison to the solid particles, so that why the interparticle space is more, but it is quite enough to hold the particle together. That means the interparticle distance will remain same. So that is why volume remain fixed, whereas their shape will not be fixed. Now second, that gas cannot be compressed much. To compress between the particles, there must be enough interparticle space between them so that we can reduce. But there is no enough interparticle space between the liquid particle like the solid. It is little bit, this interparticle space in liquid is little bit more than the solid, but it is not that much so that you can reduce it. It is at the minimum distance. It is at minimum distance. So that is why we cannot compress it much. Third, moderate to high density. That means densities are variable. Some liquid have moderate density, some liquid have high density. Like mercury has got the highest density in this universe. It is a high density. So density depends upon this volume and mass, because density is mass by volume. So when density is variable, so it all depends upon the interparticle space. If the interparticle space is more, then the density would be moderate. If the interparticle space is less, then the volume would be less. In this case, there will be high density. So since the interparticle space is not fixed for each and every liquid, the interparticle space are different. Since the interparticle space are different, even the atomic mass even the molar mass of the liquid particles are different. So since the mass of the particles are different for different liquid, interparticle space are different for different liquid, that is why it has got moderate to high density. Now liquid do not fill container completely. Liquid do not fill container completely, means that in container in which we have kept it will not cover the entire space within the glass. Or if you keep it in bottle or in any container, liquid will always occupy the lower part of the container, which will not cover entire space available in the container. Reason behind this, that the force of attraction is quite enough. The force of attraction is quite enough to hold them together. It doesn't allow the particle to leave their position. It can slide one over other. Liquid particle can slide over one another. Slide one over others. It can slide, but it cannot leave another particle. So like that, this one is particle, this one is one particle. So this is the interparticle space. This interparticle space cannot be changed because these two particles will stay together. Wherever it will go together only. So interparticle space remain fixed. So that means this particle cannot leave its position. To fill the entire container, this particle should leave its position. This particle should leave this position, and the particle in liquid cannot leave its position, but it can slide one over another. So that is why it can take the shape of the container. It can take the shape of the container because it can slide one over another. So that is why liquid can take the shape of the container, but it cannot cover entire container because liquid particle cannot leave its position with respect to other particle. It maintain the particle position with the respective particle. That means this parallel distance always remains same. So whenever they change their position, each and every particle will change by sliding over one another. So in that case, every particle will go. So in this way, we have understood that container cannot be completely filled by the liquid. The last point, that is flow easily. Liquid particle flow easily because the force of attraction, it is not quite enough to stop them sliding one over another. It is a moderate force of attraction. It is not that much strong as it is in case of solid. So that is why the liquid particle can slide over one another with respect to one another. So that's why it can flow. Flow means in each and every particle of the liquid can change the position with respect to one another, maintaining their distance. So that's why they can flow easily, since the liquid particle can slide over one another. And due to this sliding only, it takes up the shape of the container. Whatever the shape of the container, that will slide in accordingly, and then they can take the shape of container. So now in this way I have understood the properties of the liquid. Now I will move toward the properties of the gases. The first property, gases have neither fixed shape nor a fixed volume. Gas have no fixed shape and no fixed volume. That means shape is not fixed as well as volume are also not fixed. Why it is possible? In case of gases, interparticle space is quite enough. There is no fixed interparticle space. In case of gaseous particle, the interparticle spaces is not fixed because force of attraction is very with it is around negligible. So that is why the interparticle space are not fixed. Since the interparticle space is not fixed, so it can occupy any space available, and that is why it has no fixed volume. Volume depends upon the space occupied. Gaseous particle are free here. because force of attraction is very less, so it has variable interparticle space, so that is why it will have variable volume according to the volume of the container, and even it will not have fixed shape. The particle is free to move because in force of attraction is negligible, so that is why they are free to move. So that is why there is no fixed shape, it is free to move. So that's why whatever entire space is available of the container, that container can be filled. So whatever the shape of the container is there, that would be the shape of the container. What would be the volume of the gas? Well, volume of the gas would be the same as the volume of the container. Now, gaseous particle can be compressed very easily. Why very easily? Because interparticle space is large enough. Interparticle space is large enough. So, we can bring it very near. We can, if we press it, we can bring the particles near and near. So that's why we can reduce its volume. So that's why it appears that it is compressible. So that is why we can compress it very easily, because interparticle space is very high. That's why we can reduce the interparticle space by applying the pressure over it, compress it. So that's why it is compressible. Have low density. Gases are very low density. Why it has very low density? Because interparticle space is very high. Interparticle space is very high. We know the density is nothing but mass by volume. So since the volume is becoming very high, because interparticle space is very high, that is why its density will be low, because mass by volume. So at denominator level volume is there, volume is very high, that's why the density would be very low. So this third point, now it fills container completely. Gaseous fills container completely because its particle is free to move. Gaseous particles are free to move because negligible force of attraction is there between the particles. So that's why it can move in any direction, it is free to move. That's why it fills entire container. It can change its position. Their particle can change its position very easily. Wherever they want to go, they can change their position. So that's why it fills completely. Now gases flow easily. Gases flow easily because it is free to move. Interparticle space is very low and around negligible. So that is why this interparticle forces, force of attraction, cannot hold them together. They are free. So that is why they can slide over one another. They can move away from one another. It is free totally. So that's why it can flow easily. It can change its position very easily. That's why gases can flow easily. So these are the properties of the solid, liquid and gases we have discussed. Now we will discuss one more point. The solid, liquid and gases have different properties. Solid, liquid and gas have different property. What is the reason behind this? Or in another way, somebody asks you, what are the properties of the particle that decides whether a given substance will exist as solid, liquid and gas? So both have same answer. If somebody asks you, solid, liquid and gas have different properties, explain it, give the reason. Or even if you have been asked that, explain the properties, note down their properties, which decides whether a given substance is solid, liquid or gas. So whether it will exist solid, liquid or gas, which property decides the existence of such? So these three property decides interparticle space, force of attraction and the amount of movement of the particles of the kind. Interparticle space between the particles. First point, interparticle space between the particles, if it is very less, then it will exist as solid. If the interparticle space between the particles are very less, then it will exist as solid. If the interparticle space are moderate, then it will exist as liquid. If the interparticle space between the particles are unlimited, it is not fixed, no fixed interparticle space is there, then it will exist as a, that means interparticle space is very high. At that time it will exist as a gas. So this is the first factor which can decide whether the given substance will exist as a solid, liquid or gas. Now the second one, force of attraction between the particles. If the force of attraction is very very high, very strong, then it will hold the particles very tightly. Then it will hold the particles very tightly. So particle will stay very very near. In that case, it will exist as a solid. If the force of attraction is moderate, then it will exist as a liquid. If the force of attraction is negligible, then it will be free to move. In that case, substance will exist as a gas. Now the third is amount of the movement of the particles or the kinetic energy. Amount of movement of the particles. If the amount of the movement of the particles is negligible, then it will exist as a solid. That means when particles exist as a solid, their movement is just vibratory motion. They vibrates to and fro motion at their particle but does not leave their position. That means force of attraction is very high. At that time, the movement of particles will be very very less. That means kinetic energy will be very less, around zero. Then it will exist as solid. If the movement of particle is moderate, that means kinetic energy is the intermediate kinetic energy, the moderate kinetic energy is there. At that moment, substance will exist as a liquid. If the kinetic energy is extremely high, that means the movement of the particle is very very high. In that case, they are free to move anywhere, they can occupy any space. In that case, the substance will exist as a gas. So whether the given substance will exist as solid, liquid or gas, it will all depends upon these three factors together. So whenever you have been asked to decide whether given substance will be solid, liquid or gas, you have to consider these three factors. So on the basis of these three factors only, we have to decide whether it will exist as solid, liquid or gas. Or somebody say that why the properties of the solid, liquid and gas are different. Then you will say that interparticular space is different in solid, liquid and gas. That force of attraction between the particles are different for solid, liquid and gas. And the amount of movement of the particles of the kinetic energy is different for solid, liquid and gases. That is why the solid, liquid and gases have the different properties. So that's all for today's lecture. We'll meet you again tomorrow.